Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is our Simple Abundance year with Sarah Ban Breathnach's book, Simple Abundance. I'm going to be off camera today, but I'm here. My name is Carolyn, and we're following along this year with Sarah's book, learning about her principles: joy, harmony, beauty, order, simplicity, and gratitude. And this is a 365-day journey in the year of 2020. We are in May, and with Memorial Day coming, I wanted to give a nod to this particular activity that I've gotten in the habit of doing. It is not directly noted in the book, but you guys know, if you've been following my channel for a while, that I love to share creative projects and just inspirational activities that I get from the things that we're talking about. This month we're mainly talking about the home and home love and what it means to feel at home and balanced. And now that we're getting closer to June, when summer will officially start, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned this one. I had told you guys I would introduce it when we talked about the May Joyful Simplicities, but this is creating a summer bucket list. I've grabbed two here from past years to show you guys. I've been doing this for a while, and I got the idea originally because I was visiting some relatives in Massachusetts a few years ago, and my youngest niece in her bedroom had written down on a piece of paper my summer bucket list. I think at the time she was around 10, so it was really fun to read it. And she also had it in like a plastic bucket with a shovel, and I was like, what a cool idea, I want to do that. So I am an adult. Sometimes I do children-like things too, and there's some elements of that here, but I did go out and this is my adult version of a bucket. So I do keep mine in a bucket, and I put it right on the little table that is in my hallway that I walk by multiple times during the day, in and out of the kitchen and on my path to other rooms. And it's the same table that you may recall that I had my winter snowman basket on. So it's a fun little nod to the season, and it keeps you focused on the joys of the season and things that you want to do. Now, this summer is probably going to be different and unlike any other summer we've ever had, but I still think that there are going to be plenty of things that you can come up with for your bucket list. So first of all, what is a bucket list? I didn't even say what that is. I am assuming that you guys are familiar with the term. There was a movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson where I think it was called The Bucket List, and they were near the end of their lives because they both had cancer, I think. And so their bucket list was a list of things they wanted to do, and they kind of had a funny way of saying it. They wanted to do these things before they, quote, kicked the bucket, right? So this is not like that, in that, this is not our last summer ever, and this is not like what we want to do before we kick the bucket. I mean, you could have some really ambitious things on your list if you want, but this is basically your joys of summer that you want to have, and you're listing them out, and then you're keeping yourself sort of on task. And I have a cat that wants to be main node and just hit the camera. She's one of my joys of every season, and I did tell her that a lot of the bucket list items this year will probably be she and I will be doing them. Okay, but back to the bucket list. So one thing to say about this is this is not a pass-fail activity. This is fun. This is like just remembering the things that you love to do in the summer. I hope you did take my advice at the beginning of the month and sat down and did some journaling about what you love about every season. So if you did that, you can look at your summer list and get in touch with things. It might be as simple as walking in the grass or on a beach with sand between your toes, with bare feet. Or you might want to paint your toenails. Sarah did say in the old book, I don't know, I haven't looked ahead into the June Joyful Simplicities in the new book, but she did tell us to paint our toenails red. So maybe it's something like that, like you love to paint your toenails, especially for being more viewable to other people. So these do not have to be gigantic things like skydiving or parasailing, or I mean maybe those are on your list, but these are small little joys of the season that you want to make sure that you do. So what do I do when I make my list? You know I love creative projects, so I will go out to a craft store and I will get colorful paper. I even actually found this sticker that was already made that said summer bucket list for last year. And then I had so much fun with this particular one. Look at that paper I found. And I put all of my little items on a different one. So, like some of these I could still do this year, like take a staycation week. I mean, like every day is about a staycation. I have make my garden beautiful. Pick fruit somewhere, you know, so these are not, you know, get on a plane and go somewhere. We may not be able to do that right now. Looking at, this is another one that I had fun with these stickers that are like puffy. This year in particular, I gave myself stickers when I accomplished, I guess if you want to say, my various items. So Sarah does say in the book that on Labor Day, when we get to September, we'll probably see this if she hasn't taken it out of the new book, but on Labor Day, she wants you to look over your list. She doesn't call it a bucket list, like I said, but look over the list of things that you wanted to do for the summer, and if there's anything that you didn't do, then you want to make a note of that and keep it with your calendar so that the following year you can add it and make sure that you do it. Like when I look back at this one, like I was looking at this one here, stargazing with snacks. I can definitely do that one. I didn't do it that year. And I wonder if I had it on this year. So I didn't put stickers to know which ones I didn't do, but I don't think I carried it over to last year, but that one would be fun. I would like to do that. I do know that on this one I had that I wanted to go to the ballet at the local performing arts center near us, and I didn't do it, but then I carried it over into the next year and I did do it that year. So again, these are fun things that you want to do that is just a way to remind yourself of the joy. You know, we talked about Sarah's principles, and joy is really the one that this one is most close to. So I hope that you are thinking about some things. I hope you don't get sad this year in thinking about the things you won't be able to do. I hope that even if it feels like there's some disappointment, like maybe you had tickets to see a concert that is now happening, or there was a wedding in your family coming up, I totally get that, but I hope that you can come up with some things on your bucket list that are still going to be very soul-fulfilling, whether they end up being solitary or very understated this year. That may be the case. And you know what? There are so many creative ways. Say I wanted to go to the ballet, but it's not happening this year. Well, guess what? There is YouTube. And you could even, if maybe you have a projector and you can like project it on the side of your house or something and watch it outside under the stars. Get creative, because it is going to be a different summer for sure, no matter where you live. I think this is really unlike any other thing we've ever gone through. But there are still plenty of things to find joy in. Maybe you love your garden like I do. Maybe you love planting your own vegetables. What do you like to do? You like to watch the critters out the window? Yes. I think I'm going to have to put on my list that I will be sitting with Annabelle and watching the birds. We like to do that. We like to do that every season, but I'll probably still have it on my summer bucket list. Sorry for the interference. She always has to make a statement. So I hope you like this. Let me know if you're gonna do this. Let me know if you've ever done this. Maybe it's a thing that you do every year too. And maybe you do it in a different way. Maybe you don't make such a big statement of it. You might just have it in your journal, or you could put the things you want to do down on like little pieces of paper and like pull them out of the bucket. Hey, what am I gonna do this weekend? And just pull one out and make it a fun little thing like that. It's all about reminding you about the richness of life and what every season has to offer us, no matter what the situation is. I am wishing you, it's preemptive because we're not there yet, but I am wishing you a wonderful summer. And I hope that you have fun with this if you decide to do it. In fact, if you are able to somehow, I don't know if you can put a photo in a comment, but if you're able to somehow share yours, I would love to see what yours came together looking like. If you do something creative like this, it's not that difficult. You can do it easily, especially if you find some creative craft paper. All right, I could talk about it forever, but thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. I love reading your comments. And remember to like and subscribe if you haven't. It's wonderful to see the number of subscriptions going up and building this community, and the way you guys are so supportive of each other. It's just really wonderful to see that too. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Annabelle says bye too.